You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
It's Tuesday, May 19th. I'd like to share some thoughts about Careers Edition. Imagine walking straight out of high school into a guaranteed career building massive offshore wind farms, or, watching the traditional Korean corporate ladder just get thrown out the window overnight. Today, we're doing a deep dive into how the job market here for international and young professionals is just being radically rewritten.
Yeah, we are seeing this major shift right now from generic recruitment to hyper-specific pipelines. Take Incheon, for example. They are currently structuring this massive talent pipeline to train, 38,000 specialists for the offshore wind market.
Wow, 38,000, that's huge.
Right, and we are talking about an industry valued at 45 trillion won, which is roughly 32 billion US dollars.
But wait, a government-backed talent pipeline sounds great on paper, but aren't those notoriously slow to adapt? Like, why would a young professional bet their early career on a top-down mandate instead of just, applying to established tech companies?
Normally, yeah, that's a completely fair concern. But you have to look at who is actually footing the bill here. You have global heavyweights, like Denmark's Ørsted, partnering directly with Korea's Hanwha Ocean.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's not just some theoretical government training program. They are physically linking high school curriculums with university research and then leading straight into direct corporate hiring.
Okay, so it really is like a professional sports draft system. But instead of throwing a baseball, you're learning advanced turbine mechanics.
Exactly.
And if you're an international student tuning in, your English fluency suddenly becomes this premium asset because you have to coordinate daily with these European developers.
Right, and that outward global integration is the key trend right now. And it isn't just limited to green energy either.
Yeah, the AI boom is playing a huge role too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's driving massive infrastructure build-outs, creating this huge surge in overseas engineering roles. Look at LS Cable and System. They just secured a record 5-year, 4 trillion won contract. That's about $2.86 billion just for U.S. data center bus ducts.
Let's pause there for a second, because when people hear the word AI, they usually think of, like, software coders and server racks, not heavy power cables. So why are bus ducts suddenly a multi-billion-dollar cornerstone of the AI boom?
Well, it comes down to the physical reality of AI. These data centers run incredibly hot and demand extreme amounts of electricity.
Right. Traditional
Traditional cabling literally cannot handle the load without melting or, wasting massive amounts of energy. Bus ducts are essentially these hyper-efficient power highways designed specifically for that extreme voltage. Hardware is suddenly just as critical as the code itself.
That makes a lot of sense. So physical infrastructure might actually be the structurally safer career bet right now, especially when you look at LS Group. As a classic cable, which for those unfamiliar is one of those sprawling family-controlled conglomerates that dominate the Korean economy, they have the massive capital required to build entirely new global supply chains.
Precisely. LS Cable is wrapping up a new plant in Mexico and planning an upcoming 1 trillion won, so around $715 million, submarine cable factory in Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you're an engineer or supply chain expert, these cable expansions translate directly into stable, long-term roles stationed outside of Korea, but fully backed by Korean capital.
Okay, stable overseas roles sound great. But what about the actual paycheck? Because there's a massive tug of war happening right now over how these corporate giants distribute all these billions in new profits.
Yes, and the upcoming May 21st strike by the Samsung Union is the absolute epicenter of this battle. They're demanding a staggering 45 trillion won, which again is about $32 billion, just in bonuses.
That is an unbelievable amount of money.
It is. But this isn't just a dispute over a one-time payout. It's a fundamental clash over how compensation works in Korea.
Right, because traditionally, the country operates on Hobonjae. For anyone navigating this for the first time, that's a system where your salary automatically climbs based on your seniority and your job security is practically ironclad. The trade-off, though, is that performance bonuses are usually just a nice surprise at the end of the year. They're left entirely up to management's discretion.
Exactly. And the union wants to change that dynamic. They're asking for U.S.-style upside, meaning contractually guaranteed profit sharing, while still holding on to that Korean downside protection, the job security.
Which is quite the combo.
Yeah. And from a financial perspective, legal scholars and market analysts are warning that turning discretionary bonuses into fixed contractual costs could cripple a company's ability to navigate lean years. But on the flip side, the workers argue they deserve a predictable contractual share of the massive profits they generate.
So the outcome of this strike is literally going to set the benchmark for your future paychecks across all major conglomerates. It decides whether early career upside remains a gamble or becomes guaranteed.
It forces a really critical question for anyone entering this market right now. If Korean corporate compensation structures shift to match the West with fixed profit sharing, will companies eventually demand Western-style at-will employment in return?
Right.
That traditional job-for-life security might just be the price the next generation pays for higher bonuses.
That's today's AI PRISM Careers Edition. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a Won IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.